97.7 The Q and 98 Gold. Stephen Sherrill with you. Excited to welcome to the program Evrod Cassimy from NBC News Chicago. He is, like us, gets up dark and early
Earlier.
to provide some entertainment and news. Good morning, Evrod. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning to you both. It's so good to be here with you.
We are super excited, and I got to tell you, so a couple of weeks ago, we had on a news legend, Bill Curtis, news legend from Chicago, and
Yeah.
And I want you to know that Cheryl speaks of you in the same vein. She's like, when you respond to one of her Facebook posts, when you respond to her email, she's like, Evrod said he liked my post. Evrod said this, as if you guys are long lost buddies, like you guys hang out every morning.
Well, I wake up every morning to NBC. I mean, every morning.
I love that.
It's no matter what. So if I shower before, I make sure that I'm up, back upstairs at 4:00, so I can hear you guys. Yeah, your chemistry, like I've been watching NBC for years. Like that's my favorite channel in terms of news and stuff. But the team you're on now, I love because you guys are real. You deliver the news and the facts, but you also manage to sneak in opinions on stuff, which I love. Right?
I don't know what you're talking about, Cheryl. We don't have opinions on anything. No, but thank you. I mean, that truly means a lot. We have a good time. We're friends. We hang out outside of work. We talk outside of work. We have a group chat that sometimes we let y'all in a little bit in on our group chat. And I adore the team. I'm so honored and privileged to be able to work with these people. I mean, they've all been with NBC way longer than I have. And I've learned so much from them, I've only been there 3 years.
Yeah.
A part of the morning team for just over a year. And I've learned an incredible a lot from the team.
Well, I can be crazy, but because I've been accused of that a lot. But I love the addition of you. Like Kai is like the beautiful nerd. She's got all the facts, and she's so smart, but she's got like a nerd streak going through, and then you're the music with Michelle, right? And then Alicia is hilarious. I mean, I just love her because I feel the most in common with her because she'll slip up or she'll just be normal. Like she'll make a mistake and it'll be fantastic. And then she'll start laughing. Like, and I love the comb in the hair. I have laughed myself stupid with you guys in the morning. I just love you guys.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I love hearing that review of everybody. That's
my review.
I'll make sure to tell them. I'll make sure to tell them.
Yeah, especially when it's like something gross food wise, like if they're like, yeah, such and such is coming out with cough drops that taste like chicken soup, and you're like, what? So yeah, I love waking up with you guys in the morning. So you do a phenomenal job. So then imagine I find out, like, because you'll respond to things like when people say something, in your live stuff, you'll actually respond. Yeah. And I'm like, wow. Like they're human on top of it. Like it's not, and then I came
not AI.
Not AI, right.
In this day and age, right?
But then I learned you were a monster of a philanthropist. Like I was like, he makes the music. So then I was like, let me see how many albums he does. Then I learned, and correct me if I'm wrong, you own your own production studio and then allow people to listen and stream your stuff for free. And then you give all the proceeds to the local kids so that they can get a college education. And I nearly fell off my chair and I was like, we need to get him on the show.
I mean, you are too kind. I record at a studio out of Detroit, Michigan, where I was before here. So I own all the writing that I've done for these songs. And it's a labor of love. I mean, I love writing. I love writing stories, which is why I got into this profession, journalism, and I'm nosy by nature. But to be able to write songs, I've been singing since I was a kid. So to be able to write songs, I feel that I'm blessed, and there are so many people out there that are hurting. My mom, my late mother, she would always, if you would ask her, "How are you today?" She'd always say, "Oh, I'm blessed. I'm blessed." And my father was a CPS teacher for a number of years, a retired career principal and superintendent, and my mom, my late mother, a retired teacher. So they've always taught me the importance of education. So I said, if I'm going to do this, and this is just for fun, I'd never wanted it to be a career music wise. Being able to benefit something that I've always known about and believed in because of my parents, and I saw the work that they did for CPS, for the districts that they worked for, and just making sure that students had an education. I said, well, if there's a way to make this work, then let's have at it. And so I started with my first album, and it's transformed into this. And here we are, almost $200,000 later. Money that's been raised through, I think they said it was like my sixth album or something like that.
Yeah, that's crazy. Now, here's what I'm dying to know. I got two biggie questions. Okay.
Oh boy, here we go.
Did you ever fail a test at school, and were you afraid to tell your parents? Because
I failed.
Educators, I would imagine they were ready to kill you, right?
You know what? No, definitely have failed tests in school. But my parents were more so my parents are immigrants, right? And they just understand the importance of education. They weren't like, you have to get straight A's and you've got to get into college, because all of that was new to them, coming from their Caribbean island to then North America and the United States. They went to college later in life. They got degrees later in life. And so for them, it was just a matter of hey, all they knew was go to school to be a doctor or a lawyer. Well, I wasn't going to do either of those. So they were just happy that we were in school. We were, we found education to be important, and we wanted to go to college, and they wanted to just make sure that we had a career. Now, was it this career? No, because they knew nothing about it, but they certainly encouraged it.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
That's really neat. And then I saw, so tell me if because this was mind blowing. Did you sing with Aretha Franklin?
So the short answer to that is not quite. So Aretha, the late Aretha Franklin, I'm sure you've heard of her.
Yeah.
She was
the queen of, she's everything.
Yeah, so she was a dear friend of mine. I spent 10 years anchoring news in Detroit, Michigan, and she watched, like many people, every morning. And we became friends. She invited me to all of her concerts, whether they were in Detroit or in Canada or in other states. She had a Christmas party every year, a birthday party every year, so I would always go. And then, she would call me before big performances. Like, I think one time she was performing for the Pope, and she was getting ready for that performance when he was coming to, I think it was Philadelphia. And I don't remember what year this was, but she called me and was like, "Hey, I'm heading over to rehearsal for this performance. Do you want to come?" And I was like, "Sure. And can I bring the cameras for the news station that I'm, with?" And she was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." So it was actually funny. I'll never forget where we met. It was at a hotel in Detroit, Michigan, and she was there with her piano player, and she just sang a couple of notes while the pianist played, and then I was like, "Oh, by the way, it's my birthday coming up," and while the cameras were rolling, she sang me happy birthday. And
oh my gosh.
Yeah, and so later, I still have that recording. And later, when she passed, I asked her estate if I could use that recording on, I think it was my second album. So she is on the second album. You can hear her singing "Happy Birthday" to me on that album. So
how special is that?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, did she ever get to hear your music? Any of your
What?
albums?
I never, because I wasn't ever pursuing this as a career. She didn't. We never. I talked to her just a little bit about music, but I never let her hear anything. I just kind of I kept that to myself. I think
Yeah.
she passed. I think it was 2018, and that was the year that my first studio album came out. And in one of the title tracks on the album, you'll hear me. There's a line in it that says, "Show me some respect, like Aretha." And so that was kind of just like my subtle nod to her. And it was interesting because when I was recording that song, I was like, do I let her hear it? Do I not let her hear it? And I found out she was sick shortly after that. And
Yeah.
yeah.
So, okay, so what I know you just finished or just in August launched your latest album, Mr. Cassimy, right?
Cassimy. Yep, Mr.
Cassimy.
Cassimy.
By the way, yes, we're talking with
How
Evrod
many
Cassimy.
times did I practice this?
I know. We're talking with Evrod Cassimy from NBC Chicago News. You can see him weekday mornings as long as you watch before we get on at 6.
Not the last hour at all. You're with us.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
No,
watch him from 4 to 6. We're fine with that. He's on 4 to 7, and they stream from 7 to 8. But also, if you want to check out his music, there's a QR code if you're watching on our Facebook pages or on our YouTube page. There's a QR code up in the corner. You can get to his website, which is evrodcassimy.com. So, sorry, go ahead. What were we going to ask?
Now, how do people donate? How does that work?
So that was one of the things that I wanted to do with my music, is to not make it a situation where I'm asking people to donate. So I quietly raise money throughout the year for the charity that I support, which is called Springboard to Success here in Chicago. So the money that's raised is because of this album and live concert that I put on. So I ask, for different businesses and such within our community who all want to support the project and want to support this organization. And I've been truly, truly blessed that I get a lot of yeses when people hear the album. For people at home who want to quote unquote donate, I donate all the proceeds from the album as well to this charity. So all you have to do is just listen to it. So if you have Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you get your music from, or even if you buy it on iTunes, you're helping in that way. So I do a lot of the legwork myself throughout the year. And then also just from listener support from people who stream it. I mean, you're already paying for your Spotify and Apple Music subscription, and just know that every time you listen to it, you're helping send someone to college or helping out this charity.
Amazing.
Great.
Mhm.
Amazing.
So let's dive into a little bit of the nuts and bolts about what a day's like for you guys with the news. So what time you hit the air at 4? What time do you guys get in there in the morning?
What time are we supposed to get in there? We're supposed to get in there.
Listen, that works for both of us too. Now, luckily, our show prep can begin at home. Cheryl and I not only do a show together, but we live together. So our show prep might begin the night before, might start a little bit in the morning, might be in the car ride. So some of it already happens. But yeah. So what time do you get to work?
We get to work at 2:00 in the morning.
Wow.
Steve and Cheryl. We have a meeting at 3:00 with our executive producer, just kind of going over the show and like the direction, who's reporting that day, any in-studio guests that we might have, and the questions that we're going to be asking with them. So we go over that at 3, and then we hit the airwaves at 4. 3:50 to be exact.
Yeah. How much of the news? You've got a whole newsroom, you've got writers, you've got people that have been there overnight, people that were there from the 10 o'clock news and things. What does the writing? Is it collaborative? Is it I wrote this news story, so I'm the one that's going to present this news story. You wrote that news story. How does that work?
So thankfully, we have a team of incredibly, incredibly talented writers, content producers, platform managers, and executive producers. So they get in a lot earlier than us. Some of them get in, I want to say like 11 p.m., sometimes 10 p.m. the night before. And so they're working overnight, because there's a lot of stuff that's going on in Chicagoland overnight. So they're in very, very early, and they're writing even before we get in.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So the last question I have for you is, what caused you to get into journalism?
Oh, because I'm nosy. That's the easy answer. Nosy. Now I can keep a secret now. I don't tell people secrets, but I like I'm very nosy and I love knowing all of what's going on. And so my mom actually told me, because I've grown up singing, grown up writing stories, so she knew I like to write. And so she's like, well, why don't you be a news reporter? You like asking questions. And so I was like, you know what? That is a good idea. You can't, I mean, in this industry, in this career, we get a front row seat for the historic moments that are happening in our city, our state, and our country, and our world.
Mhm.
And I said, so that's a job? Like you can actually get paid to do that? And she's like, yeah, absolutely. So I started looking for like best journalism schools in Chicago because I knew I grew up in Rockford and wanted to move to Chicago. And I found Columbia College and I was like, that's it. That was the only college I applied to, got in, and found a way to intern here at NBC, and the rest is history.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Because you've been in like 6 major markets, right? Haven't you been
Well,
to
7, but who's counting?
Yeah, so you were all over.
Mhm.
I've worked all over
Yeah.
Colorado twice, Detroit for 10 years, Orlando, Florida, Madison, Wisconsin, Virginia. Yeah, it's been quite the ride. I wouldn't trade a moment of it. I met my wife the very first day that I was on the air, and we've been together ever since. That was in 2006, so we're about to hit 20 years, 16 years married.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
That's
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah. Well, it's got to be amazing because we found it with the radio, and now as we do radio streamed into video, because I've been doing radio for 31 years, and
Mhm.
and just in the last couple of years we've started doing it where people can see us to do the whole show. Um, how you touch people that you're in their lives. I mean,
Yeah.
like I joke around about Cheryl, being excited about you commenting on Facebook and stuff, but you really do. You enter their homes and
Mhm.
are a part of their lives, whether you know it or not.
Yeah, and that's something that I truly don't take for granted. If people send you a message, respond. Obviously life gets in the way, so I can't
Sure.
be on social media 24/7. But when people send messages, I try to reply as best I can and as quickly as I can too. But yeah, I mean, people send messages all the time, especially in the middle of the show, which is incredibly fun. I just said today at the end of our 6 o'clock show that I am nervous as all get out because not only was I invited to a Friendsgiving on Saturday, but I was also asked if I could make mashed potatoes and gravy. And if you know me, I don't cook. Like my kids know, my wife knows. She will prep something in the crock pot that she has to leave. And I'm going to be home with the kids come dinner time. Like they know I don't cook. Frozen pizzas stocked up in the fridge. So for me to make mashed potatoes for a Friendsgiving, I was going to be bringing the ice cream, the wine, and the beer.
Evrod, we'd like you to bring napkins. Could you handle that?
Right. So I did a call out. I'm like, listen, if anybody can tell me where I can buy mashed potatoes quickly, already prepared, because like I don't know what to do. And Alicia and Kai and Michelle were telling me, well, it's simple. It's like one of the easiest things to make. You peel the potatoes. I was like, I'm out. Peeling the potatoes. That's the first step. I'm done. So they laughed, but our viewers were so kind. Like I got a bunch of messages. People like, you can go to Costco, you can go to Sam's Club.
Oh, that's funny.
I texted our group for Friendsgiving. I was like, I hope y'all like a Sam's Club or a Costco mashed potato. I'm going to be bringing along with the ice cream and the beer and the wine.
That's hilarious.
That's fantastic. We're talking with Evrod Cassimy. He is all over social media. You can find him on Facebook. You can find him on the website, evrodcassimy.com, which you see on your screen right now. You can click on the QR code for his music. Mr. Cassimy, it's available everywhere, Spotify, Apple iTunes.
And you can wake up with him.
That's right. You can
every
wake up
morning.
Yes, that's right.
4 a.m.
on NBC Chicago from 4 to 7, and then streaming on NBC Chicago from 7 to 8. Of course, best way to do it is watch them from 4 to 6. Tune over to us, and then go
and bounce.
TiVo it.
And bounce it. Yeah, there you go.
Put it in your DVR, and you could watch it later on.
Is TiVo still a thing?
I don't know. I just
what
I know.
was that?
That's like me saying that's like me saying get Evrod's cassette. Yeah.
Right.
Right. Well, Evrod, thank you so much. We appreciate you taking the time. We know you're busy, you're running around, you got your album and stuff, so we appreciate you taking time to hang out with us this morning.
Absolutely, and I hope you guys enjoy the new music. The new single just dropped. It's called "On the 25th." It came out November 7th. Hoping to make your holidays festive and merry, and it's again helping people in need here during this holiday season. So thank you guys so much.
We will absolutely play it right as we get done with the interview. We'll play the song on the Q in 98 Gold.
Hey there, I'm Evrod Cassimy, morning anchor at NBC Chicago, and you're listening to Steve and Cheryl on Tuieville.